Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. Today we'll be talking about some of the news topics from across the country. I'm Jay.
And I'm Alex.
This ad is brought to you by Carzuno, the easiest way to lease a brand new car in Thailand.
And we're going to start with our first story today. Everyone feels safe around the city with the police in charge. However, sometimes even they too can get in some trouble. This story in particular is talking about the national police chief and his right-hand man have been suspended from duty by the Prime Minister. Now, this is obviously after Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin in Thailand ordered the contemporary suspension of the national police chief Thawsak and one of his deputies, Surachet, amidst allegation of Surachet's involvement in an illegal online gambling operation. Both officials were reassigned to inactive roles within the Prime Minister's office, which oversees the police department, pending an investigation. Surachet, who denies the accusations, was under scrutiny after a raid on his home linked to a gambling network bust and subsequent accusations of abuse of power and bribery. The suspensions, effective immediately, aim to allow an unimpeded investigation into the matter, with the possibility of reinstating the officer after 60 days. This move highlights ongoing issues of corruption within Thailand's police force, known for its internal power struggle and corruption, and the Prime Minister's attempt to address these challenges without implying punishment or personal conflict between the involved parties.
It's a delicate game being played. Big joke, a little bit of big trouble, but they're like, oh, he's not in trouble, but he's not working. He's like, I don't know. It's a fun.
Let's just suspend him for 60 days. He's still got a job, just somewhere else where he's not in the limelight. And if he is not convicted, then he can come back.
Yeah. Well,
but if he is, and we find him guilty, then we'll move him to another province.
He's gonna wait for this whole thing to blow over, right?
Allegedly.
Little Catholic Church vibes there.
Oh well.
Well, anyways, we do have a tragic story up on the way next. A missing Canadian tourist was found, his body, I should say, underneath a railway platform. Now, the body of a 26-year-old Canadian, Ralph Joseph Ryan, was found under a platform at Chet Samian railway station in Ratchaburi, Thailand, following a missing person report filed by his friends. They had reported Ryan missing after he didn't return from smoking outside the train carriage on train number 168 from Bangkok to Chumpon and Trang. Despite efforts to locate him using his phone signal and searching various stations, he was only found after a construction worker discovered him beneath the platform, having suffered a severe leg wound and blood loss. It is suspected that Ryan fell off the train and struck a projecting concrete structure, leading to his fatal injuries. His body was moved for an autopsy, highlighting the dangers of smoking on trains against State Railway of Thailand regulations and potentially contributing to the tragic accident. It's a terrible thing, especially smoking's supposed to kill you in the long term, not in the short run. But he was. This is all theory at this point.
Are people thinking foul play?
No. He was going for a smoke and he sort of fell from the train, smacked his leg open. He's just a 26-year-old kid, man, just trying to enjoy Thailand.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful. You got to be safe. I think when you're young, you're a little more reckless, trying to hang off the train for a smoke so you don't get in trouble. Pay the ultimate price.
Yeah, I do hope they find out what really happened, and hopefully there's no foul play. Yeah.
I don't think so. But, it should be okay.
Then you're so naive, Alex.
I don't know, man. He's just 26. He's a kid. He was only here for a little bit, but yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to move on to our next story, talking about foreigners in Thailand. Over 700 foreign workers have been caught in jobs reserved for Thai nationals only. Over the past 6 months, the Thai government's crackdown, led by the Employment Department, has uncovered a covert workforce of 721 foreign workers operating in jobs legally reserved for locals, according to government spokesperson Kun Karom. The operation, which inspected 25,628 businesses and scrutinized 306,577 foreigners nationwide, was in response to complaints from native workers in tourism-dependent provinces. The majority of the foreigners, found primarily in Bangkok, Phuket, Koh Samui, Pattaya, and Chiang Mai, were employed as street vendors, hairdressers, drivers, and masseurs. Myanmar nationals formed the largest group among those apprehended, followed by Cambodians, Laotians, Indians, Vietnamese, Chinese, and others, totaling legal actions against 1,689 individuals for various violations, including 721 for taking up occupations designated for Thais. Alex, did you know that there are only some certain jobs that foreigners can do in Thailand.
Yeah, I was aware of that, and actually, what's surprising to me about this story is how few they found.
Yeah.
They scrutinized a lot, and they only got like 700.
I was looking at the number and I was like, that doesn't sound right. There should be way more than that, but okay.
Right. Yeah, that seems like how heavily were they scrutinized? I'm not entirely sure.
I feel like this is like one of those stories where it's like, yeah, we're doing our job. Just wanted to let you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, some people got. I don't know what the punishment's going to be for these things. Wrist slap or deportation or something like that. But yeah, it is an interesting concept though. Like, it's like what are the jobs? Tour guides. There's specific jobs that are really
tour guides, doctors, and medical. Really anything, mostly in medical.
Must be Thai nationals.
Yes.
Really.
And some small jobs. There's like street vendors and stuff. Like there's many different rules and regulations regarding that. Especially like street vendors, for example. You'd think that wouldn't be a big thing, but it is.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. You're trying to protect your people and make sure they have job opportunities.
Yeah, I get it.
Understand it.
I get it. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I got a crazy one for you guys next.
Here we go.
A local woman working abroad returned to the land of smiles to met out some revenge on her philandering husband. Yeah, so a Thai woman working in Taiwan flew back to Thailand to confront her husband and his mistress in a hotel in Roi Et province after learning of his infidelity. In the early hours of March 21st, she attacked both with a Stanley knife, causing a scene likened to a horror movie bloodbath. The police and rescue teams found the injured couple at the scene, with the husband sustaining more severe injuries than his lover. The wife, present at the hotel, admitted to the assault, driven by rage upon discovering the affair. The attack's consequences for her depend on the victim's injury severity, potentially facing up to 2 years in jail, a fine, or both. Despite the violent nature of her retaliation, many online have shown support for her actions, highlighting the emotional turmoil and costs involved in her journey for confrontation. No, I cannot get on board with that. No matter what, don't stab.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm not
Don't
sure if
do
that's
it.
a controversial thing to say.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about the story, but I do have something to say about Stanley. I wonder what kind of PR they're going to do now.
I
know they're probably not related. The Stanley Cup and the Stanley knife.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't actually.
So there's this whole phenomenon behind the Stanley Cup.
Right.
So the Stanley Cup, basically, in America, there was a car that was caught on fire and it blew up, and the only thing that survived was the Stanley Cup.
What?
Yeah. So it's basically like these big stainless steel coffee cups.
Oh. No, you know the Stanley Cup is the hockey tournament championship
Yeah, that too.
trophy. So
Yes.
when you're saying that, I'm like, who the
No,
hell just had the
I mean-
Stanley Cup in their car?
No, I mean like a branded Stanley Cup, like one of those drinking ones. Yeah. So the car blew up. Only the cup survived. Stanley, being a very smart company, they actually bought the lady a new car, and also they do like limited releases, and everybody just lost their minds. Everybody wanted to buy this cup, and there were so few around that people would buy them from retail stores and then resell them for like 5 times, 10 times their price.
Well-
And there's this whole phenomenon going on about Stanley Cup. So it's like a statement now, it's a status symbol to have a Stanley Cup.
Cups. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Never heard of that until
So,
just
yeah.
now.
I don't know if Stanley knives are
Not
owned by the same company. Probably not, but
first time I saw that word too. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm learning with
I
you
thought
guys.
you'd be all over this.
Why?
I don't know. It seems like your kind of thing. All right, maybe not.
Like, I don't.
Jeez.
All right, we're on.
All right, we're going to move on to our last story today, ladies and gentlemen, and it's regarding animals. We all love animals in Thailand, and a completely new species of shark has been discovered in Thai waters. A novel species of ghost shark, known scientifically as Chimera supape, has been discovered off the coast of Thailand in the Andaman Sea, showcasing a massive head, enormous iridescent eyes, and feathery fins. This deep-sea chimera, part of the ancient and cartilaginous fish order Chimeriformes, was identified during a deep-sea survey in 2018 at depths between 772 to 775 meters. The species adds to the relatively small number of known chimeras, now totaling 54 worldwide. Chimeras, which are distant relatives of sharks and rays, typically inhabit the dark, deep-sea environments and feed on bottom-dwelling creatures. The discovery of C. supape, an immature male specimen 20 inches long with a distinctive massive head and short snout, highlights the unexplored diversity of marine life and the need for further exploration. Named in honor of the late Thai scientist Supap Mongkon Prasit, this finding emphasizes the deep evolutionary roots of chimeras dating back 300 to 400 million years and underscores how much remains known about the ocean depths. Go shark.
Yeah. This is a fun time to tell you.
That is a
It's
freaky animal.
Indeed. It's chimera.
Is it chimera? Thanks. Thanks, Alex.
I don't know. You were like going with it already. And
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like,
Hey,
it's
respect, yeah.
Like,
I owned it, though.
Yeah,
I owned it.
it's
I
fun.
said it like I meant it.
You did.
Chimera.
You did.
It's chimera.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, isn't that like the ancient
Potato,
Greek like,
potato.
thing? Yeah, a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. What is a chimera though? I feel like that's like a.
It is
it's like an
okay,
ancient Greek thing.
With respect to finding the species, I mean, they've given
here
it
it
the
is.
perfect name, ghost shark. That is a creepy
Ghost
fish,
shark.
man.
Ghost shark sounds like
Shark,
like
rather.
one of those sci-fi direct to Netflix
Yeah.
movies that I would definitely watch.
Have
on
you
a
seen that
Saturday
movie
afternoon.
Ghost Ship? What a,
Oh hell yeah, dude! Like that
Yeah.
traumatized me as a child.
Yeah.
Like that opening scene.
Me too. Yeah.
Like, yeah, good. Here's what a chimera is supposed to look like. Though.
Okay.
That I don't know. I guess it's
I don't know. Oh,
bad
well.
likeness.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, one more spooky animal in the world. Hey, cool.
It's something else to fear
Yeah.
in the waters.
That's
I
it.
love it.
Those were some of the news topics from across Thailand today. There are obviously more headlines and stories on thetiger.com. For now, we're going to dive into some of the comments of the live.
This ad is brought to you by Carzuno, the easiest way to lease a brand new car in Thailand.